So we're back for the final session of the the Northeast Counties Open Championship. Short course, 25 meters, the November issue, 2019, and we're going to go through 16 finals for you in fairly quick succession. Starting with the women's 100 freestyle, 200 freestyle for men, following very soon afterwards 50 breaststroke for women, 100 breaststroke for men, and we will culminate with it all with the 100 meters individual medley. So plenty of good action, plenty of personal bests, I'm sure, and plenty of people trying to retain their titles from last year. Some of the ones who've been around for a bit longer. First event will be the 100 freestyle for women, just about to get underway. Lucy Headley of Tynemouth, Beth Hall of Grimsby, Abigail Parkinson of Tadcaster, Harriet Rogers of Darlington, City of Sheffield's Kate Clifton, Ellie Walker of Tadcaster, Chestnut Street's Lauren Graham, Alice Thickett of City of Sheffield, Safira Gabani of City of Sheffield, Avril Bowler, Borough of Kirklees. Well, already into a stroke and looking like the class act in this field as we expected that she might be. Kate Clifton just did what she had to do in terms of qualifying earlier today. 57.53 wasn't massively ahead of everybody else, but she's going to be in this one by the looks of things, unless there is a quick reaction, a quick retort from those following her. But following her all the way to the end, looks like that's what they're going to have to do. Ellie Walker of Tadcaster is the closest to her. She's a good body length behind. So Kate Clifton will start the evening off the way the City of Sheffield supporters and their coaches would have wanted, with victory. And the time 55.88. Sorry, once again, the lane 4 touchpad is not providing us immediately with the correct analysis, but that is our winner. And the time 55.88. Doing what she had to do in qualification earlier, and doing precisely what she needed to do in the evening to get the result. First, Kate Clifton. Second, Ellie Walker. Third, Harriet Rogers. 56.33 for Ellie Walker, 57.02 for Harriet Rogers. As I mentioned, they're going to come thick and fast. Hardly any gap between the races, so we can get it all wrapped up in about an hour or so. Quite a few of these swimmers have got reasonably long journeys to make on a Sunday night. 200 freestyle for men. Mason Bland kicks it upon Hull. Ned Sharp of Skipton. Eugene Brooks-Clark of City of Sheffield. Then we're getting into probably those who are most likely to win it. It's going to be a real little ding-dong between Tom Flower, I think, Thomas Flower, and Elliot Clogg. Their times very similar from earlier on today. Both same age, 20 years of age. Richmond Dale for Thomas Flower and Elliot Clogg from City of Sheffield. So knows this pool intimately. Now, has he got what it takes to usurp Thomas Flower, who has looked really, really good this week? Other swimmers in there: Jason Robson, York City; Sheffield's Barnaby Howth Osborne; Curtis Harper of City of Sheffield; Ben Shelton of City of Leeds. But surely it's all going to come in terms of the main names from 4, 5 and 6 at the moment. Elliot Clogg at 50, 25.26. Thomas Flower in second place, Jason Robson in third. Very measured swim so far, not having to do more than he needs to do. Elliot Clogg has got himself about a body length clear of the two potential suitors here. Thomas Flower in 4, Jason Robson in 6, and just starting to make a little bit of a move now. Tom Flower of Richmond Dale. They were virtually identical times earlier. They're going to go over together at that turn. So he has just got ahead of Elliot Clogg at the 100 stage. Now, This is where maybe some recent illness and some problems he's had might affect Elliot Clogg. And in fact, Thomas Flower is now looking to be the most likely recipient of the winning medal here. Still 50 to go. Won't quite write off Thomas Flower as Elliot Clogg yet, because Thomas Flower just seemed to have everything under control. There's still 25. There's still a burst left maybe from Elliot Clogg, who has another event to come later. You've got to take that into account. So just want to burn himself out here, but he's going to give it a good go. But I think Thomas Flower's probably done just about enough to have already taken this title, and he does. Time for Flower, 1:48.23. Chose his moment absolutely impeccably to make his move and pounce on Elliot Clogg when there was 100 to go. First half belonging to the Sheffield swimmer, second half most definitely to the Richmond Dale one. So Thomas Flower takes it. Elliot Clogg in the end finishing about half a second adrift of Thomas Flower. Jason Robson in third place. Actually 1, 2, 3 for the 200 freestyle. Second final concerning the women swimmers for the afternoon, the 50 metres breaststroke. Penny Hobson for Borough of Kirklees. Georgia Wright, also of the same club, Middlesbrough, represented by Rebecca Keeley. Paige Fenton, a really busy weekend, multiple events for her. But Maya Hall in lane number 4 posted the fastest time earlier on, 32.76, which was about half a second quicker than the rest. Now, were they holding a little bit back? Were they keeping something in reserve? That we will discover when they come off the wall. Hall in lane number 4 has a beautiful turns, really, really beautiful turns, and that's going to set her on her way to a win here. Maya Hall, the Borough of Stockton, is not going to get headed, despite the fact that Zoe Price is doing all within her compass together. The Gateshead Wickham swimmer will have to take second place. And Maya Hall will stop the clock at 32.69. .69 for Maya Hall, Zoe Price in second place, and Paige Fenton in third, 33.59. There's your 1, 2, 3 from the 50 breaststroke. So for the women's 50, we move to the men's 100. The formal introduction has not been done yet, so a couple of the swimmers were already ready to go in the 100 breaststroke, but they've been relocated back to the lineup. It's confirmation of that previous result. The 50 breaststroke for women, Maya Hall, 32.69. Zoe Price, 33.12. Paige Fenton with a third place of 33.59. Next up, 100 breaststroke for men. Blaine Underwood, Doncaster Darts. Adam Wood of City of Leeds, the 17-year-old. Up against him, the 14-year-old from Leeds, Cameron Green. True Chesters of Loftus Dolphins, Max Elphick. 106.15 is going to go into this one as the favourite. But it will be a very, very tight affair, this. Joseph Moore, Harrogate. Shem Fair of the Sheffield City Club. Arthur Llewellyn, Tom Ward and Oliver Lill, all three of them from the Borough of Stockton. Let's see what kind of starts Max Elphick gets. To be indicative perhaps of where this one goes. He hasn't got a bad start, but he hasn't got an outstanding start, put it that way. Hasn't put him a long way clear of all the others. Joseph Moore one side, Drew Chambers on the other. And this could be a very, very tight one indeed. That's a very good turn. It wasn't the best of starts from Max Elphick, but he comes off that turn really well. Comes up probably about half a body length ahead of Drew Chambers. But it is Moore from Wood, from Chesters, from Fair this stage. And lane 4, Drew Chesters has maybe not read the script that Max Elphick is the man potentially to beat here. Elphick has got a bit of work to do over the last 25, and maybe it's going to be a little bit beyond him. Drew Chambers, 17-year-old from Loftus Dolphins, what a feather in the cap it would be for that club if he could win this, but watch out for Elphick coming back over the last few meters. Elphick might just take this. Oh, that's tight. 12 100ths between Joseph Moore and Max Elphick. And I'm going to wait for the scoreboard to clarify that, because that was incredibly tight on the touch. Joseph Moore does get it. It is confirmed up on the board. Just held on from the very fast finishing Max Elphick. 12 100ths separating those two. Big win for Joseph Moore. And first time that his short course has been sub 106. Drew Chesters, for so long in that race, the leader, finished up in 3rd place. Up next, 400 IM for women. Just waiting for the men from the 100 breaststroke to clear the back of the Ponds Forge pool. So we move on to this one. Isabel Schimmels of Kingston upon Hull, Neem Carroll of City of Leeds, Abby Bowden of Kingston upon Hull, Chantel War, Doncaster Dart, Abigail Miles, City of Sheffield, 4:57 in her qualifying earlier today. Martha Bradley of City of Leeds, Jasmine Campbell from Newcastle, Rotherham Metro supply us with the lane 8 swimmer, Abigail Jackson, and Penny Hobson from the Borough of Kirklees. That's your full set. There they are on your screen. Abigail Miles was 4 seconds thereabouts quicker than Chantel War, and around about 3 seconds quicker, just over 3 seconds quicker than was Martha Bradley. So she'll go into this with great expectations of winning it, and expectations I think also of just improving on that time of 4:57, bringing it down still further. Final of the women's 400 meters individual medley. Butterfly will set the tone. Abigail Miles has got a very good butterfly, so that should be one of her strong suits coming up here. Miles with Faye Madonna 2 up from her, just maybe edging the early stages here. She is. Faye Madonna going all out on the butterfly to try and set the pace and swim it her way, not be dictated to by those around her. Faye Madonna of Borough Stockton leading. She's got a fairly sizable lead after the first 50 of the butterfly, 1.22 over Abigail Miles, who not having it all her own way. She's back in 3rd at the moment, behind Martha Bradley. 6.54 is where we are in the pecking order right now. And this is very impressive stuff from Faye Madonna. 5:02.07 when she got the qualifying time earlier today. And she is trying to stretch them out, and stretch them out is exactly what she is doing on this butterfly leg. Madonna 2.03. She really has given the others quite a bit to think about here. I'm not sure they would have presumed that's how the race was going to go, or how it would be set up anyway. So a couple of second advantage for Faye Madonna over those in the adjoining lanes. Abigail Miles making her way through now, up into potentially 2nd place here, but not being given an easy ride by Martha Bradley of City of Leeds, and still way out in front, Faye Madonna. Now, what's the lead going to be at this stage? A couple of seconds before. 2.5 now. That's still overcome the in the length of time that there is still remaining in this race, but they're going to have to make a move, and make a move pretty soon, you would think. Faye Madonna sent it out on a very quick course with that butterfly first 100. Backstroke is working pretty well for her as well. Abigail Miles up into second place. Third place is Martha Bradley. Doesn't look like we look for anybody else apart from those three in terms of potential victors. Lead, according to the pad, down to 0.69. So this is where Abigail Miles, with a very good back half of race, a particularly good breaststroke, will start to ease her way through. And if there were any concerns or collywobbles happening on the far side of the pool with the City of Sheffield team, I think they could be abated now. As, she's moved into the lead. Faye Madonna's best part of the race may be done. Abigail Miles may still be yet to come. Miles will be in front this time at this turn. Madonna in second place, hasn't given up the fight by any means. She's still hanging in there gamely, and we'll want to see what she can do on the remainder of this breaststroke leg, and indeed when they turn into the front crawl in just about 30 meters time. Abigail Miles, though, has her sights set on a victory and an improvement on that 4:57 that she laid down earlier in the day. Miles. Now let's see whether perhaps Martha Bradley can make a little incision here. She's certainly trying to work her way through the second place, but Miles, well, she can bring it back on the front crawl, would appear to have broken the back of the other two. 100 to go for our leader, Abigail Miles. 3:47.44 with 100 to go. Faye Madonna just about holding on to second place, so she was at that turn. I think she may well have relinquished it now to Martha Bradley. Abigail Miles won't be taking anything for granted. She'll be aware of the location of the two swimmers closest to her, but they are quite some way behind, racing each other, not racing her particularly. She'll have 50 to go when she turns this time. And that breaststroke leg really doing the business for us. So often it's the stroke that will change the complexion of a race, certainly a race of this nature, and it has done here. Abigail Miles looking to come up with another victory for City of Sheffield. Second place is not quite so clear-cut, though. Martha Bradley, Faye Madonna still going stroke for stroke. Madonna had that big lead early after the butterfly and after the backstroke, but she may well have to settle for third place. Abigail Miles will be our winner. Fine, there is no DQ on the IM. Stops the clock at 4:55.20. Couple of seconds improvement from what she achieved earlier today. Martha Bradley will take second, Faye Madonna in third. They are the three swimmers who go sub-5.
And this is the final heat to go 200 meters wide. This is heat the Heights. The best 406 is the men 100 meter butterfly. The famous Apollo from 3 days ago and even counted to 6. 1 is Archie Mitchell, and 2 is Shelby, and then 3 is a common sport from Sheffield, and the 4 is Joseph Daniel from
100 butterfly for men up next. And well, Sheffield interest in this. Cameron Brooks-Clark, Cole Hewitt, Ruben Visda. Wouldn't be an unlikely scenario to think there could be a 1, 2, 3, but there will be one swimmer right in the middle that will have to edge out of the way. That'll be easier said than done. Joseph Sanio from East Leeds, who is the second fastest qualifier for the final. Skipton have 3. City of Sheffield have 3 for the 100 butterfly. And start could be all important here, because I think it could be quite a tight one. So whoever can maybe steal that initiative early on might find themselves in a very good position. Cameron Brooks-Clark is the man who's trying to adopt that mantle in lane number 3. Joseph Sadio in 4. 5, Cole Hewitt, who will come back very strongly and is a very strong swimmer once he gets into the main part of the race. But Cameron Brooks-Clark from Sadio well, it's got Hewitt there, but Hewitt was back in 3rd place that term, but he may not be 3rd for very long. 25 to go, and this is still up for grabs for any one of 3 here. Joseph Sadio, Cole Hewitt, Cameron Brooks-Clark, all with it. Cameron Brooks-Clark looks to, off the basis on the back of that really exceptional start, is going to be the one who's going to get there first. Brooks-Clark, 53.79. Really exceptional start, and that's what laid the foundation for that victory. Cole Hewitt in 2nd place with a 54.64. Joseph Sadio 54.68. So Sheffield 1-2 and East Leeds in 3rd. Backstroke wedge is being put into place for the 100 back. And Molly Garrett, particularly good this morning, though she will not want to finish the way she did in the heats, where she really gave the timing pad quite a clout as she finished, but got the job done and got a decent time as well. Time that's put her in centre lane for the final. Outside of her, there's a whole clutch of 104s. She's got 102.7 from qualification, but there's plenty of 104s. So if she does back up her time from earlier, 2nd place will be incredibly tight. Annabelle Wilkinson, Abigail Miles, Izzy May Reeves, all from Sheffield in 5, 6 and 7. And then in the outside lane, Grace Conroy of Sheffield as well, but the favourite should be, from what we've seen today, York City's Molly Garrett. Imogen Volans of Harrogate will have some input into this as well. She goes in lane number 3. $100 back. Final for women. Molly Garrett, 102.7 earlier today. Everybody else surrounding her in the 104 region. But the latter heats, of course, you've got a fair idea what you need to achieve to get into the final. Molly Garrett off to a really good start again. First 25 belonging to her in lane number 4. Some lovely, smooth, very central backstroke, not moving across the lane rope, staying right in the centre of that lane and opening up a decent advantage. There's a quarter of a second at the halfway stage. Threat though coming from Amelia Robertson of Newcastle in 2, and she's coming past her. I think she's just become aware of that. She looked across and saw the Newcastle swimmer coming right through, and she said, right, I need to up my tempo and up my game here, Molly Garrett. And has she done it in enough time? Or was Amelia Robertson going to take this? Robertson up against Molly Garrett, and it will be Robertson who'll take it by just over a third of a second in the end. Get all that right on that penultimate 25 did the Newcastle swimmer. Just appeared kind of out of the corner of the eye of Molly Garrett, and on she went to a 101.97. Not a bad swim by Molly Garrett at all, but in the context, not quite good enough today for the victory. 102.36, Yep, just confirm that. 102.36. Imogen Volans with a 103.45 in third place. .50 backstroke for men. The Speed Merchants of East Leeds return, and Samuel Lorman right in the mix here, no doubt. William Ellis one side of him, Harry Nicholson of Chester Street on the other. 25.88 though, that's going to take a lot of overcoming by the others. He was almost a full second of it. He was a full second quicker than anybody else in the heats earlier on. All comes down to that start. Another impeccable start. This time though, Harry Nicholson getting that start in lane number 4 and going deep. And Harry Nicholson has got this absolutely nailed. What a terrific swim this is by the Chester Street 15-year-old, and he is going to take that in 25.88. Just checking that time. 25.88 is the winning time in the 50 backstroke. Just confirm. Samuel Lorman of East Leeds from the final. Thomas Carswell, William Ellis, 1, 2, 3. So there's a bit of a differential on the clock there, but it is Lorman 25.88, Thomas Carswell 26.45, William Ellis 26.66. Sorry for confusion. Right, 200 butterfly. There we go with Isabel Grant. Sheffield with a 4-second advantage over the rest from the heats this morning. Holly Williams in 5, Melody Jones in 6. And let's see whether anybody could maybe usurp Isabel Grant, 21-year-old from City of Sheffield. Final of the 200 butterfly for women. And, as we saw earlier on, it didn't all come down to what happened over the first 25 or 50. So there's a little bit of stamina, loads, a bit of resilience at the back end of the race, and the ones who can come through and potentially take it. Isabel Grant, though, not leaving anything to chance, making sure she's getting herself right at the front of the field, and making sure there's no obstruction on the way. In the 200 butterfly, first 50 completed, 1.18 is the advantage for Melody Jones in second, followed by Holly Williams in third. Looking very smooth and very compact here, the way she is swimming. Isabel Grant, unlikely that anybody's going to get close to the speed she's going right now. There's 4 of them all in a line pretty much behind, nearly 5, but Isabel Grant not letting anybody have a little look. She's closed the door, firmly slammed in the face of the swimmers who are following her. Now, what kind of time could she post? Looking on the basis now that she pretty much is going to be the winner, you would think. Even with a little bit still to go. But that lead, if anything, is improving and increasing from her point of view. Second and third is not quite as clear cut, but the winner looks like she will be. 50 to go for Isabel Grant, 1:37. Look at that lead up to almost 4 seconds over Faye Rogers. Having her own battle with Holly Williams, but not so much of a battle now. It's separating out a bit. The leader has been away for quite a while. Second place for Faye Rogers. That looks to be pretty much secured. And lane 5, Holly Williams, will probably have to accept third place. Our winner won't accept anything less than the very best, and a decent time too. 2:12 high, I think. Hasn't come up on the board yet. 2:12.98 to confirm is a improvement of about 3/4 of a second on what she achieved earlier in the day, and a win for City of Sheffield's Isabel Grant in the 200 butterfly. On come the swimmers for the men's 200 IM. And what a potential battle we have here with 3 swimmers. I did highlight this for you earlier today. It's the final thing I'm looking forward to most, because there's not one swimmer that could be potentially outstanding, though it may turn out that way. There are 3 very closely grouped time-wise here. Jason Robson in 3 for York City. Thomas Flower, who's had a very, very good weekend. I'll have to top it off with this. He goes in 4 for Richmond Dale. Ruben Visder, City of Sheffield. I cannot see beyond those 3 for a victor, but I would not like to call the winner at this stage. Thomas Flower, though, what I would say has really impressed me this weekend. Every time he's gone in, he really has attacked the races, hasn't left anything to chance, and he's doing likewise here. Thomas Flower, first 25, belongs to him. One side he's got Jason Robson to his left, got Ruben Visder to his right, and all 3 of them, look, in a line. Did say this could be quite a classic. It's turning out to be that way, even over the first 50. Hard to separate them. Thomas Flower now in second place. Ruben Visder takes the lead from Jason Robson. Wouldn't surprise me if we get 3 leaders in this one before the conclusion of the race. With different strokes, of course, it can happen. Visder now moving just ahead of Thomas Flower. About half a body to 3/4 of a body length advantage. Jason Robson not done yet by any means. Staying right on the trunks of the Richmond Dale swimmer, but Ruben Visder has now moved into a completely different gear and is starting to pull away. This is suiting him down to the ground. Now the breaststroke. We know that Thomas Flower has a very, very good breaststroke, and he'll start to maybe pull back a bit on Ruben Visder here. That's exactly what he is doing. Visder will be aware of that. He's got a little bit of an advantage, but not a winnable one as yet. Visder from Thomas Flower. Well, however good his breaststroke is, it's not having the kind of impact or inroads into the lead that Ruben Visder has. And now, as the breaststroke comes towards its conclusion, onto the front crawl they go. Still going to be Visder against Flower. Still wouldn't like to call him, because Flower has just made up an awful lot of ground on the front crawl, and Ruben Visder suddenly goes, I'm going to have to really get a bit of a move on here, because Flower is potentially going to take my title, and he is going to take his title by looks of things. Really well done. Held on till his strong suit at the end, did Thomas Flower. 2:04.88 winning time. It was quick, very quick race. Flower had it for a while, Visder had it for a while, then Flower claimed it back at the end. 2:05.81 for Ruben Visder. Really good scrap between those two. Kind of racing you want to see. In the end, there was about a second between the winner and second place. Jason Robson finishing in third place, quite a way back. .400 freestyle for women up next. Well, Sheffield may have relinquished that one. This is trying hard as he could to try and win that for City of Sheffield club. But Richmond Dale's Thomas Flower taking it, but they'll have high hopes here that maybe Safira Gabani or Alice Thickett could win this for them. Lucy Headley and Ella Took, both pretty quick. And if they should falter, they'll be ready to pounce. 4:19.01 earlier today for Safira Gabani, who's into her stroke very nice and early, nice and controlled, as it is from Lucy Hadley in 5, as Thickett in lane 3. We're looking at, basically, if you look along the line here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all pretty much in a line. Won't be too much to separate them out over 50, but the first indication on the time pad will tell us that it is Lucy Headley from Alice Thickett. Ella Took. Well, it's actually Safira Gabani not showing up on the scoreboard again. Safira Gabani has got the advantage, albeit a very slender one at this stage, only about half a body length advantage. But early stages could change during the course of this 400 freestyle, and probably will. Safira Gabani will keep a very watching brief on Lucy Headley, could make a move at any stage, but she's got it by 0.21. Let's Thickett back in third place. Ella Took is in 5th. So Gabani just managing to keep her adversary at bay. Lucy Headley right there, still with her though, not letting her get away. Gabani still leads, as she has done. That's what the indicator on the scoreboard might tell you. This time they get it right. 0.48 separating out the top two here. And quite a scrap going on for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. The main places. Gabani at this stage would appear to have it reasonably under control, but she hasn't broken the back of the attack yet from Lucy Headley. Headley will still have a little bit in the tank to maybe upset Gabani. Still leads though with halfway stage reached. Gabani now might just go into a different gear. 200 is the light the blue touch paper and off we go. And it seems to be working pretty well. That's Raison d'Etre. She is starting just to edge away, not conclusively or comprehensively yet, from Lucy Headley, but it's a nice margin that she's managed to get. 1.56 now between her second place. So there's any alarms for those two in terms of not getting a top 2 place, but Gabani pretty much just flicked the switch at 200 meters and decided, right, now's the time to make my move. Time to just shift into a more advanced gear. And Gabani did just that. Gabani seems to have this one under control, seems to have this one pretty much nailed now. 100 meters to go, 4 more lengths of this Ponds Forge short course pool. And Gabani just biding her time over the first 200, doing what she had to do to set the race up properly from her point of view. And once that 200 mark had been reached, off she went and left Lucy Headley quite a way behind, and left everybody else knowing full well that there was no way going to get close to her. 1-2 pretty much sorted. Third place not quite so clear cut. It's in 6 and 7. Abby Bowden and Laura Hodgson are scrapping for it. They're not the only two in the mix for third place, but only one swimmer now in the mix for the win. That is Safira Gabani, 16-year-old from City of Sheffield, showing great maturity for a 16-year-old in terms of the way she's paced this race and how she decided to kind of split the race in two. Second 200, she's been dominant. Absolutely dominant, Gabani. 4:16.09 is the winning time. 3 seconds trimmed off what she did earlier on today. Lucy Headley will take second. Third, Abby Bowden, 4:22. Just edging out Laura Hodgson into fourth. This will be potentially a bit of an East Leeds fest. There are three very, very quick swimmers from that club in this one. They occupy lanes 4, 5 and 6. That they occupy. Yeah, 4, 5 and 6. 3, 4 and 5, there you go. Just fell off the edge of my page, that did for a moment. Joseph Sadio, Ryan Flanagan, Alistair Crawford for East Leeds, and don't overlook Samuel Lorman, who's already shown us what he could do earlier in the session. 4 of them. Well, could we get a clean sweep of East Leeds medals here? Wouldn't put it past them. All got great starts, all got very good underwater work, and already all 3 of them in the centre into their stroke, and on the far side Samuel Lorman as well. Get ready for a massive East Leeds celebration here. Ryan Flanagan in 4, Alistair Crawford in 5, and third place Joseph Sadio just breaking up the possibility of 4 maybe, but 1, 2, 3. Ryan Flanagan, Alistair Crawford, Joseph Sadio, 22.54. Our winner, Alistair Crawford, Joseph Sadio, and Thomas Carswell in 4th. So there's the East Leeds boys doing what they do so well, over 50 freestyle, and winning it. Absolutely the same time too for Ryan Flanagan. He set earlier on today, 22.54, replicated in the final. Flanagan, Crawford, Sadio, 4 East Leeds, the 1, 2, 3. Four more finals yet to bring to you before we conclude in the open pool. There's still action going on in the age group pool, by the way. Currently in the middle of the girls 50 freestyle. Heat number 3 just concluded. $200 breaststroke for women. Maya Hall was some 8 seconds quicker than everybody else in qualification for this earlier on today. 2:29.96. Abigail Miles back again for City of Sheffield. She's already had quite a workload today, and this will round it off for her. She'll be hoping for a medal at least. Whether she can win up against the 70-year-old who was flying earlier today, that's more questionable, I'd say. Paige Fenton also back in from Skipton. I've lost count of the amount of races she's done during the course of the weekend. Got 3 more women's events and 1 more men's event to come. 50 butterfly up next for women, 200 backstroke for men, and we'll round things off with 100 IM. And this is turning out to be a very competitive little race, this, with Sienna Robinson of Sheffield leading. Second place is Maya Hall. Abigail Miles in 3rd place. Paige Fenton in 4th. Has just dropped her a little bit from lane 3, Paige Fenton, just off that turn, but 3 of them are still pretty much separated by no time at all. Lanes 4, 5 and 6. Maya Hall, Abigail Miles, Sienna Robinson, 1, 2, 3. First 100 massively competitive. Will the second half be likewise? We'll discover shortly. Who's our leader of the halfway stage? It is Maya Hall. Sienna Robinson in second place, Abigail Miles in third. As I recall, this is where Maya Hall did start to break clear and move away from the rest of the pack in the heats, and she's doing likewise in the final here. They'll be aware what her tactics are. Second half of the race immensely strong. They're sticking with her just about, but I don't think at this stage it looks like they've got the speed to overhaul her. Abigail Miles to her immediate right. Sienna Robinson 2 lanes up. 50 to go for Maya Hall and Burrows Stockton. 2:29 earlier today, so she was 8 seconds faster than everybody else. Won't be anywhere near that kind of margin tonight, but what she has done is replicated being the fastest in the field in the evening session. Abigail Miles, having won the gold earlier, will get a second place, provided, of course, there's not any hiccups from our winner, and she looks like she's got this very much under control. Win coming for Burrows Stockton, win coming from Maya Hall in the 200 breaststroke. Time of 2:31.08, which is strangely a bit slower than she went earlier today, but did what she had to do. Abigail Miles in second place, third going to Sienna Robinson. Right, we're going to discover very soon who is the fastest butterfly swimmer in the Northeast. Women's 50 butterfly. This again could go absolutely anywhere. Out of the 10 swimmers in the final, 8 of them did 28 points. So a blanket finish is expected, anticipated. As anybody can break clear, and I doubt 50 metres with this quality of field that they can. Lane 5, Kate Clifton of the City of Sheffield. Oh, we saw what she could do early in the piece, and she's looking for a double. She's looking for a double win today to add to her wins yesterday, and Kate Clifton might be the one. Under pressure, she knew she would be from Isabel Grant, but it is Kate Clifton, 27.81. with the winning time for City of Sheffield. Harriet Rogers right in the mix as well, but 27.96 just gives her second. Isabel Grant 28.06 in third place. In go the stroke wedges for the 200 backstroke, last men's event of the weekend. Coming up, Matthew Salou of Barnsley, Middlesbrough's James Woods, William Ellis of Burrows Stockton, a couple from Sheffield, Simon Clinton, the favourite, Elliot Clogg, who missed out earlier on a victory, so we'll be looking to rectify that here. Harry Nicholson, Chester Street, Matthew Cairns, Durham City, Matthew Woodall, City of Sheffield, Thomas Storer will be in lane number 8, and Mason Bland of Kingston upon Hull up there in lane number 9. Nor the Oliver Hall. Oliver Hall has been scratched, and Thomas Storer has been put in his place. for the last men's event. Well, started in the finals with a win for Elliot Clogg yesterday. Quite symmetrical if he could finish off the men's program with a win in 200 backstroke, and he's up against his Sheffield teammate Simon Clement. Also in there, William Ellis and Harry Nicholson. 200 backstroke. Men's final of the weekend. Now, how do they play this? Do they try and break the back of the field, the faster ones, or just take it as it comes and rely on the strength and endurance of a 200 backstroke? Elliot Clogg to a very, very good start. Simon Clement to his left-hand side. Our left-hand side, his right as he's going down the pool. First 50 done. Already a second 0.01 lead over Clement. Then comes Harry Nicholson in third. Well, he found it hard to hold on to his lead earlier on today. The opening final he was involved in, but this one, very different affair for Elliot Clogg, the 20-year-old from the city of Sheffield. Looks the dominant force in this one. Just did not want to hang on. He wants to get the job done, get it done as quickly, as ably as he can. That's exactly what is happening here, and trying to lead his teammate Simon Clement to a Sheffield 1-2, which is what it is at the moment. Harry Nicholson on the far side. William Ellis is in fourth place, but there's too much now. Elliot Clogg's going to win this by a huge margin. What he'd be hoping for, so he's had a bit of sickness and illness recently, is trying to post a really good time, get himself back on track, get himself looking forward during this short course season and towards a very big Olympic qualifying year in 2020, which will be one of the events he'll be doing in April in London, I'm sure. Now, how close can he get to the 2-minute barrier? This is the question. He has been sub-2. He's going to be well underneath it. There's your answer. 1:55.82. That's more like it. That's more of what he wanted to do. 1:55.8 will be a big, big win. 5 seconds, though, less over his teammate Simon Clement. Harry Nicholson with a 2:04 in third, but that is demonstrably how you dominate a race like that. Elliot Clogg, some 5 seconds better than everybody else. And it all happened very early on. Never looked like being headed. So we come to the last event of this weekend, the North East Counties short course event here in Ponds Forge, which will be the 100 meters individual medley. And again, there are numerous permutations, possibilities here for this final. A few of these names have had several races already this afternoon, so might be feeling a little bit tender, a little bit tired, maybe a little bit fatigued. So not expecting anything particularly outlandish, but Ellie Walker, maybe fresher than some, in lane number 4. 1:05 earlier today. Only swimmer to go sub 66. So it's 50 of each. 50 butterfly, 50 backstroke, 50 breast, and the concluding part, the front crawl. And Ellie Walker having her authority over the butterfly, but that may change. There's other strokes that maybe she's not quite so adept at. But from recollection from earlier in the day, anything that really set her off course. A little glide in on the backstroke, not quite the turn she was looking for, but she had so much advantage already, and she does have that lovely smooth breaststroke where she barely moves out of the water. The arms and the hands do all the work, but now starting to catch her is Faye McDonough. Now we saw what she did earlier on, but she started in the butterfly and the backstroke, and McDonough's right there, ready to pounce if she can, but Ellie Walker is not going to allow her to do that, and Walker is going to take it, and it will be tight. It was a couple of tenths of a second in it in the end, but 105.56 for Ellie Walker. That's the win for her. Faye McDonough in second place. Third for Abigail Parkinson at 106.63. And that will conclude proceedings in the open pool. All the races are done. All the finals have been completed. There's still action continuing in the age group pool. There's a 50 freestyle for boys. We're into heat number 5. So if you want to continue with your swimming fest for the weekend, go to the alternative site or the alternative feed for the action from the other pool. And from me, Bob Ballard, in the open pool. Thank you for your company this weekend. I will see you again soon.
We're now on heat 2.